Hey guys, this is Alex, and I'm back with more Kerbal. So, apparently, in between episodes, Kerbal got an update. And a bunch of things changed. Let's see. So, apparently, Kerbonauts now have specialties, and they can gain experience. So that's kind of cool. You might also notice that Sycar actually has a little bit of experience, and that's because in between episodes, I tried to gain some funds by sending him back to the moon and planting a flag on the moon. I didn't complete that. As it turns out, you really need a pilot for that, and Sycar ended up as a scientist. So, for the time being, he's not going back to the moon. We'll find another mission to send him on later. But right now, we do have a couple of pilots. I just hired 2 new crew members. Wendy and Wheat. And Wheat's gonna go on a mission to the moon. Because he is a pilot, which means basically it means that he can activate SAS, which keeps the craft stable. And I actually tried to send Sycar back to the moon, but without SAS, a moon landing is apparently extremely difficult. So I just sent him back home. Mission failed, but oh well, we'll do something with that later. I did record it a bit because I was planning to just put in some clips of it, because I was thinking, oh, it'll be an easy mission, moon mission, that's not too hard. Well, it ended up being very hard. So, for the time being, that's just going to be a lost recording. I'm going to put that away somewhere else for now. I actually didn't talk a lot in it because I thought it was just going to be clips, so it's pretty boring to watch. But as you can see, this is definitely a different rocket. This is the Artemis II. And what's different about it is these little fuel lines here. And what they do is they let me do something called asparagus staging, which means those 2 fuel tanks are going to run out of fuel first, and they'll fall off first, and then those 2, and then those 2, and then we'll just be left with that center one, and then it'll be jettisoned, and then we activate the upper stage, which is the lander stage. I also found during my testing that this rocket originally didn't have enough fuel to get to the moon and back. Although that may have been partially because I couldn't use SAS, which made piloting very difficult and probably wasted a lot of fuel. But I added a little bit more fuel anyway. So I think that about covers it. That also explains why I have, for those that may or may not have noticed, I have less funds than I did before because I unsuccessfully launched a rocket. And I also, let's see, I have a mission to plant a flag on the moon, explore Duna, which we will be doing probably in the next episode, and explore Ike, which we may be doing soon. I don't know when. I would... Now let's get this underway. We have... Yeah, everything's set up. And this should be good. Now, normally, the missions would go like this. You start getting into orbit, and then you go to the moon, and then you go to Minmus, and then you go to Duna or wherever. Problem is, it's not giving me a Minmus mission. So, for now, let's take off. But since I don't have a Minmus mission, going to Minmus would be pretty unproductive. It wouldn't get me any funds. Which means, yeah, I could do it, and I could get some science out of it, but I wouldn't get any funds from it, which means it would basically just be like spending money to get funds. Which is alright, but I would kind of like to take the missions that involve getting some money in addition to getting the science. Of course, that assumes that I'm only even going to be able to afford that. Because as soon as you start getting into interplanetary missions, things get a lot more complex, and basically the rockets get a lot bigger. And I have a feeling that that is going to be a very expensive mission. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to afford it. And this is also much nicer with a pilot. You know, specifically with SAS. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure there are ways to add SAS without adding a pilot. They changed a lot of things with this new update. And I think there are ways to add SAS without having a pilot, but I'm pretty sure it requires parts that I don't currently have. And Wheat doesn't seem to be the best pilot, but I'm sure he's doing the best he can. Well, better than not having any SAS, that's for sure. Trust me. That mission was complete chaos from beginning to end without SAS. It's extremely difficult to pilot like that. The landing was the hard part, though. Kept falling over. And then when I finally got it to the point where I could land without falling over, I realized that I didn't have enough fuel to get back. So I just reloaded and sent him home. Because I wasn't going to do another rescue mission. I certainly hope we have enough fuel for this. I think we do. I think adding that extra little fuel tank up there should be enough. But I'm not entirely sure because I haven't tested this yet. Before, when I sent Sidecar back to the moon, it didn't have that fuel, so it was just... that was directly attached. That fuel tank was directly attached to the science module there, which we have a new science module, by the way. But since that was directly attached to that, and we had less fuel, yeah, we didn't have enough to get back. So we have a little bit more now. And I think the important thing is... I'm thinking the important thing is that we have enough is that we have some more fuel in the upper stage, but I'm wondering whether or not having that extra fuel might have slowed down the lower stage a bit. I mean, it obviously did. That's physics. But how much, I don't know. So basically right now we're just trying to not bankrupt our space program. Okay. Could we stay on target, please? Okay, so obviously, that experience that my Kerbals gain is going to be invaluable if I ever want to be able to control my spacecraft again. Oh boy. Oh, come on, you can control this one. Okay, so let's get back to the moon, because we have to plant a flag, because I guess they want us to plant a second flag for some reason. But yeah, this was a perfect time to go to the moon, because what you want to do when going to the moon is you want to burn for the moon once the moon comes over the horizon. Same with Minmus. There we go. Now we got a nice little encounter. That'll do. Let's speed up and get over there. So yeah, a lot of changes in this new update. I'm still not certain what all they've changed. And I know they added, well, not really added, well, I guess they added some new parts, but I think mostly they changed a lot of the parts. I think they integrated a mod into the game, and it's a mod that adds a lot of airplane parts. Which frankly, I think would be good for this game. I don't know, I've never really tried to make space planes. I made a couple. They didn't do too good. Alright, let's slow down. Alright. What the fuck? I think that's a glitch with one of my mods. Yeah, I have the visual enhancements mod installed, and I think that's a glitch with it. Because it makes the moon... Yeah, I think it adds like this color, this hue to the moon, and it adds like that sort of glow there. I think that right there is the color that the moon normally is. So I think that's a glitch with that mod. Alright, let's get up to our apoapsis. I'm not liking the fuel situation. Alright, I may have to redesign this thing. If I do, well, oh well. It's not a huge deal. You know what? I'm going to try a different type of landing than what I did before. Because before, last time I did this, like, a couple hours ago, whoa, that looks really weird. I kept trying to come in really steep, and that might have been using up a lot of my fuel. Besides, I want to land on the light side of the moon. Helps if you can actually see where you're going to land. Alright, well, we already landed there, so let's land, like, around here. It doesn't really matter as long as we can plant a flag. Okay, so we've got a lot of horizontal momentum. That could be problematic. Okay. We're good. We'll be fine. We're good. We're good. I do hope we have enough fuel to get back. Starting to question whether or not we do. Okay, I think we'll be fine. And can you keep it stable, please? Thank you. Okay. Just let it rest. Keep the SAS on. I think we'll be fine. Highland Craters. Material study from the Highland Craters. Okay. That's good. That's a new biome. You leave the sample bay doors open on the moon and go do something else for a while. The goo seems to be less dense here. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he bounced back from that. Second moon landing. A much more beautiful landing. We'll go with that. Let's take a surface sample. Highland craters. Crater seems to contain materials from lower layers of the surface. EVA report from the Highland craters. You start to say something dramatic and poignant about the plight of Kerbal kind in this grand universe, only to be cut off by random radio chatter from that the situation is nominal. Alright. Let's take a screenshot of that. Can I get this out of the way? No? Can I just, like, turn it off? You know what? Forget it. It's just going to be there. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned before that I'm pretty sure that is basically, I think it's actually a mod. It was a mod, I think, that I had to install another mod. And it just never got uninstalled fully. So, there it is. There we go. We planted a flag on the moon. Okay. And do a crew report. Record the assessment of the situation. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. Let's head back. So yeah, you may have noticed, probably noticed, that this rocket design was a lot smaller than the one I used before. Had a lot less fuel tanks on it, and that's just because this particular design for the launch rocket, we're not going to have enough fuel, are we? This particular design for the launch rocket is really efficient. It's just so efficient that I can achieve the same thing and more from that other that I achieved with that other rocket with less fuel and less parts. Which saves a ton of money. Also, I know a couple of people have been giving me feedback on my videos, and I really appreciate it because it's hard for me to know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong because I've never done anything like this before. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on my videos, really? I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea how to make it more entertaining or more interesting. Not unless you tell me. But other than that, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. And I'm gonna try to make these videos kind of daily. I can't promise anything because my work schedule is all over the place. I work in retail, and it kind of sucks. But as a result of that, my work schedule is pretty unpredictable, and sometimes I barely have enough time to get home, make dinner, and go to sleep before I have to get up for work in the morning. And it's not that I'm overworked. A lot of times I work like a 40-hour work week, but sometimes it's like I have to work, I don't know, until like 11 o'clock at night, which that would be like from, now let's see, I worked, I think it was yesterday. No, it must have been the day before. Yeah, I think it was the day before yesterday. I worked from 2:30 to 11:30. And I got home, and I had about an hour and a half to do everything that I needed to do, which was like, do the laundry, do the dishes, eat food. I had to do all of that in an hour and a half, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't get 8 hours of sleep. And if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I'm cranky. Fuck. Oh boy, we ran out of electric charge. Okay. This is why solar panels are going to be important. That's okay. That's okay. Because I actually know what to do in a case like this. Just wait for the ship to swing around until it's pointing retrograde, and then we'll just burn when it's pointing in that direction. These things don't have thrust vectoring, do they? I don't think they do. I don't think that this engine has thrust vectoring, and I don't think that it generates electricity either, which is going to make things very, very difficult for me. But we can do it. I think we have plenty of fuel. As long as we've thrust in a vaguely retrograde direction, we should be fine. Okay? So, note to self, get batteries and solar panels. Oh boy, wheat is going to be very dizzy after this. So yeah, some nights I simply won't have time to make these videos. I'll try my best. Already I've kind of... I had most of the day off today, but I had to do various things. I had to order some things online. I ordered a microphone, actually. I was hoping to get a new microphone that I could use for this, that would hopefully cancel out, well, not really cancel out, but it shouldn't record the sorry, I'm trying to focus. It shouldn't record some of the static that you're probably hearing, which is from my computer. But my computer has a very loud graphics card. So basically, I'm hoping to get microphone. Well, I already ordered it, but I'm going to be getting a microphone that will hopefully be, it's basically directional, so it shouldn't really pick up too much of the noise from my computer because my computer's below me. So I just need to point it at my face. Wow, this is becoming very difficult. So yeah, I should just need to point that at my face, and I should be fine. It shouldn't record the noise from my computer. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna cut this out because this is taking a while. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. 27 kilometers, that's good enough. See, I told you this would work. Yeah, and if you notice, the craft just stopped spinning, and the reason for that is because it's because of the way the physics engine works. Oh, my frame rate dropped. And my frame rate drops when I speed up like that. Maybe I need to close some applications. I've got a few things up. But, yeah. Anyway, regarding my microphone, as I was saying before, yeah, the microphone that I currently have is just like, a microphone that you would use for like voice over IP and stuff. I'm gonna quick save, because sometimes things fuck up in this game. On the off chance that something like that happens, I want to have a save. But yeah, my current microphone, which is great for like, you know, chatting with people in video games, that sort of thing. Works great for that, but not so much for recording, because it's what they call omnidirectional, which means it records basically all of the audio around it equally, which is why you've been hearing me click a lot, and you've been hearing my tapping on the keyboard, which frankly, I would have done something about that sooner, but I didn't realize that it was even happening until I started editing the videos. Basically, I recorded the first 3 videos all in like one batch, and I think I'm just going to record this one video tonight because I'm going to need to get some sleep soon. But yeah, hopefully that microphone that I ordered will, I'll be able to put like my gamepad and my mouse behind it at an, well, like at an angle basically. I can't put it directly behind it or it'll pick it up because I think it's like a super whatever. I don't even remember the name of it. I'm sure people that know a lot of things about microphones will know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't. All I know is that it picks up sound mostly in front of it and cancels out most of the sound that's like to the sides. So as long as the one thing it does is that it also has some sensitivity directly behind it. So as long as I don't put anything directly behind it, I should be good. Anyway, we'll see about that. The microphone I'm using right now is actually really cheap, and I mean, it's a nice microphone and it works really well. It's just it doesn't work all that good for recording videos when you want like a really high quality recording. I also got fraps, which some of you might be saying, how are you recording without fraps? So I was actually recording in OBS, Open Broadcaster something, software maybe, I don't know. OBS is what I use to stream videos. But it can also record videos, so I had just been using that because I didn't really want to buy fraps. But frankly, I think fraps is probably better. Yeah, I kind of like fraps. Plus, a lot of people use it, so I figure, can't really go wrong with something that's that popular. Wait. What just blew up? I had to check. I heard something like explode. I wasn't sure if it was my parachute or not. I was like, oh god. So yeah, this was a fairly successful episode, and I don't think I'm really going to edit it all that much because I've been talking a lot. Which is kind of difficult for me because I'm not a very talkative person usually. But tonight I just sort of got in front of the mic and I'm like, I feel like talking. Yeah, it adds a little bit to the episode. So yeah, we didn't really accomplish much tonight. Well, I mean, we kind of did. We sent Wheat to the moon. He'll get some experience from that, I think. He better get some experience from that. I could use a better pilot. He's not so bad. He gets the job done. But yeah, I will be sending him to Minmus at some point. I really want to see if they'll give me a mission to Minmus so that I can get some funds from it. So we're going to put that on hold for now. I might just end up doing the Duna mission instead, because I've already got a mission to Duna, but they say I can complete that whenever. Some of the missions have an duration, so if you don't complete them within a certain amount of time, you have to pay a fine or something. Okay. We're good. Alright, let's recover this. So yeah, some of the missions have a duration, but the explore such and such missions, holy crap, that's a lot of science. I wasn't expecting to get that much science. Ooh! He advanced to level 1. And we got a fair amount of funds. That's good. But yeah, let's check out the missions. Explore Minmus! Yes! I wanted to do that one. Orbit, land on... Okay, I guess they were just waiting for me to do the plant a flag on the moon mission. What else do we have? They've also added, in the most recent update, some stuff that's like, perform visual surveys. I've never seen these before. Apparently they want you to take an EVA report, surface sample from different sites, which can be on the moon or Kerbal and probably other places. Position satellite in a specific orbit. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds like something that I really like to do. Yeah, that sounds more fun than just testing stuff. Because the test missions I was not all that interesting. But place a satellite in an orbit, that sounds kind of cool. So I might actually do that once. I might actually do that one later, but um, for the time being, let's see what we can do with these science points that we got. Okay. Gotta do that. Have to do that. Okay, not enough to get any of those, so... 42-minute episode. Wasn't expecting it to be this long. I'll try to keep them shorter. I want to keep them around like half an hour. I mean, if it was any other game, then it would be like 15-minute videos will be fine. But Kerbal is the kind of game that like things take a really long time. So I feel like if 15 minutes just wouldn't be we wouldn't accomplish much. Could go for the RCS, which is really useful for bigger ships. And then there's that. Those gigantic engines. Let's see. We got enough for like one more thing. So either the engines or the thermometer. I say the thermometer because that can get us some science points. So we're going to do that, and we're going to research the thermometer, or purchase the thermometer. And we're also going to need these solar panels. Rechargeable battery pack. Yeah, we already got a battery pack, so we'll stick with that one. Alright. So that'll be it for this episode. And I think I've just about covered everything. I think I had just enough time to talk about all the stuff that I needed to talk about. So I think that'll be it for this episode. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and until next time.